I'd like to discuss the settlement. What did you just say? Austin's retiring this year, and the remaining portion is his severance pay. You think you can take it? I'll take it. It's my right. I'll claim half of the $250,000 severance pay. My name is Lucy, and I've been married to my husband, Austin, for 40 years. We have two children, both of whom have started their own families and moved out. I had envisioned Austin and me enjoying our retirement together, but it seemed he had different ideas. It's rather embarrassing to admit this, but I only realized the truth when I overheard him talking in his sleep. I never thought I'd hear the same woman's name twice. Move, she's coming. I would suddenly wake up to Austin's sleep talk. It always startled me, and it's a rare occurrence for him to speak so clearly in his sleep. I couldn't fathom what he was dreaming about. At one point, I was so concerned about his sleep talking that I took him to a sleep clinic. The doctor explained that it's not advisable to wake him up or engage in conversation while he's sleep-talking, as it could be detrimental to his health. He often experienced headaches the morning after. It's not the sleep-talking itself that's the issue. It's how it startles and affects me. Just when I thought I had gotten used to it, a new twist emerged. Now it appears that I've become a character in his dreams as well. He seems to love me deeply in his dreams. Just when I thought I had everything figured out, I heard him say, "Ruby, get out of here." She found out that I was cheating on her. "Ruby, don't worry. The apartment was fine. The apartment was fine." What kind of dreams is this guy having? It brings back painful memories. This Ruby is the same woman he cheated on 10 years ago. When I discovered their affair, they both knelt before me, begging for forgiveness. She wept, pleading for a second chance, and swore they'd never see each other again. She was 12 years younger than Austin and worked at his company. Afterwards, she claimed she was returning to her parents' home. At that time, I chose not to divorce him because my younger son Isaac was struggling to find a job, and I was afraid it would negatively impact his future. They both hung their heads in shame. I felt a deep sense of disgust, but I made a promise to myself that it was a one-time mistake. I can't help but wonder if Austin is now reliving that decade-old affair in his dreams. But what really troubles me is the mention of a flat in the dream. I distinctly recall that she used to live in the company dormitory. It's perplexing. Austin lies peacefully beside me in his sleep. I can't stand him. How could he dare do this to me again? I'm wide awake now, trying to devise a plan. I quickly locate what I need: Austin's laptop, which he purchased a few years ago. Thanks to our children, we had secretly synced his phone with the laptop. I power up the laptop without hesitation, but it doesn't respond. Ah, right, the battery is dead. I was so enraged that I forgot to charge it first, even for a few minutes, until it boots up. When the laptop finally comes to life, I discover a series of WhatsApp conversations that leave me in shock. Oh my God, I can't help but scream. The laptop is filled with messages between him and another woman. Are you sure your wife doesn't suspect anything? She's not that clever. Well, she did catch on once before. She thinks you've returned to your hometown. My heart races as the truth dawns on me. Facing the reality of the situation, I inquire further. I told her we wouldn't be receiving that much money. "Let's just enjoy life together," he nonchalantly remarks. Oh, she's not pleased. "How much did you tell her?" I probe. "I told her it was $90,000, he responds. "Did she believe you?" I press further. "Of course she did. She's a fool. $90,000 in severance pay," he scoffs. "That's not what I heard. It's supposed to be $250,000, I interject. He reluctantly agrees, but I can't help but question the nature of their conversation. This doesn't sound like a conversation between an elderly married couple. Austin is still involved with her. It's unforgivable. I begin scrolling back through the conversation and discover mentions of them purchasing a new apartment. Determined to uncover the truth, I retrieve my diary from 10 years ago, where I have a written pledge that I made them sign a decade ago. This promise stipulates that they must never see each other again, and if they break this vow, each will owe me $50,000. Additionally, the deed specifies that Austin must unconditionally transfer his land and house to his wife, Lucy. With this newfound evidence in hand, I swear to myself that I'll claim everything I'm rightfully owed. I waste no time and consult with a lawyer, spending 2 days at the attorney's office presenting my case along with the evidence. The lawyer assures me that the proof I've gathered is substantial enough to proceed with legal action. Relief washes over me, especially since there are numerous photo albums documenting their trips and stays in hotels, making it impossible for them to deny their affair. However, one concern lingers in my mind: the children. Despite being married adults, their parents' impending divorce is a painful revelation they must face. I know I have to tell them everything. Feeling a bit nervous, I called my son Isaac. To my surprise, he didn't react as strongly as I anticipated. "Oh my God, finally," he exclaimed. "Yeah," I replied. Isaac continued, "He cheated on you before, didn't he? You put up with it for us." I hesitantly admitted, "Well, yeah." Isaac was understanding and supportive. "It's a good thing. Live your life as you want, and thank you for everything you've done for us. By the way, if you get divorced, I'm going to break up with him." My older son was resolute in his support. I then called my other son, Isaac, and after a brief conversation, he called back 5 minutes later. "Mom, you're getting a divorce?" he asked. "Oh, did you just talk to Isaac on the phone?" I confirmed. Isaac replied, "Yes, Mom, I think it's okay." He echoed his brother's sentiment, saying, "Oh, thank you. I totally agree. Thank you for everything you've done for us. But I'm not going to cut him off, okay?" I reassured him, saying, "Of course, he's your only father. That's something I have to separate from my divorce." Now that I had my children's consent, all that remained was to gather them together for the crucial moment. Austin's retirement was just 3 months away, and I had been patiently waiting for the perfect moment. The timing couldn't have been better. I checked the laptop once more and discovered a new conversation. In it, they discussed their excitement for an upcoming weekend. "I'm really looking forward to this weekend," she wrote. "Yeah, hopefully we can find our last place," he responded. "Where are you going to ask your wife for a divorce?" she inquired. "I'm thinking retirement," he revealed. "That's exciting," she replied. Their conversation mentioned a possible location for an apartment building. It was clear they were oblivious to the fact that we were closely monitoring them. I called Isaac and asked, "Hey, are you free this weekend? I work during the day, but I'm available at night." I shared the details about Austin and the affair, and Isaac agreed to help me. The weekend finally arrived, and on Saturday morning, Austin seemed a bit nervous. "Oh, that's today, isn't it?" he mumbled as I observed his movements. I questioned him, "You're working on your day off. That's unusual." He replied, "Yeah, been a little busy lately." I pressed further, "Is that so? What kind of work? What kind of work? Why are you so surprised?" Trying to brush it off, he said, "Nothing. I'm just out of time." "Okay then, well, good luck." With 3 months left until his retirement, I probed about his plans for the future. He responded, "We could take a little vacation together." I questioned, "Who's we?" "What are you talking about?" Austin clarified, "You and me, of course." I played along, "That's right. So what's the $250,000? He replied, "Yes, of course. Thanks for all your hard work over the years," and I sent him off with a smile. This was the last time. My lawyer and I lurked near the apartment where they were supposed to meet. After about 30 minutes, Austin left the apartment. It was painful to accept his betrayal, but deep down, I knew it was the truth. I just had to come to terms with it. A reassuring pat on the shoulder from my ally boosted my spirits, and I confidently opened the front door of the apartment they had visited. Facing them, I said, "Long time no see, Ruby." The shock on their faces was palpable, and I thought their eyeballs might pop out. I placed the written promise in front of them. "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" Austin and Ruby exclaimed in surprise. Ruby continued, "How did you get in here? It's a car door lock." I replied, "That's your first concern. Of course, I unlocked it. I used to work for the company that managed this apartment." Austin and Ruby seemed taken aback. Austin stammered, "Yes, but the real estate agent is under a different name." I corrected him, saying, "Of course not. It's the management company. It's not the real estate company." Austin and Ruby looked panicked. I continued, "Well, you need to pay me $50,000 each. We have proof of the price. By the way, this is my lawyer, so be good and don't waste your time." Ruby protested, "I don't have that much." I retorted, "But you have enough money to buy this place." Austin tried to argue. That's a severance pay, right?" I challenged him, "But Austin can tell you. If he told you, you'd know the real amount." Then, addressing Ruby, I said, $50,000 in alimony. Don't forget to change the title on the land and the house." Ruby questioned, "A written pledge? It's invalid." I confidently responded, "Try me. It's true that a written oath is of no use in court, as the lawyer said, but he will do it." Because of the children, my sons, standing beside me, chimed in, "Dad, come on, man. Don't be such a loser. At least show us some guts. You do it. You pay for it. Be the man for this time. We've never seen you do anything right. Always making excuses, like the time you cheated on Mom, got down on your knees and apologized but learned nothing. How can we respect a parent like that? You had your last chance to do something right. Austin's shoulders slumped under the weight of their words. After that, he complied with the terms. He paid the $50,000 in alimony and changed the title of the land and the house to me. We proceeded with the divorce. They remained together for 5 more years after that, facing their struggles. I don't know if it was because of the alimony, but he paid it all promptly. We were off to a rather smooth start. I called them both for a final discussion, with my lawyer and the kids present. I asked Ruby if she had broken up with Austin again. She responded with a nod, avoiding eye contact with me. I then brought up the topic of the settlement. Ruby seemed taken aback, asking, "What did you just say?" I clarified, "The remaining share is the severance pay. Do you think you can take it?" I insisted on my right to claim half of the $250,000 severance pay. Ruby protested, "No way. $125,000. His settlement is $90,000, so you're only entitled to $45,000. I countered, "That's not what I heard." Ruby turned to Austin, her expression filled with disgust, and asked, "What is she talking about?" "You told me it was $90,000. Austin stammered, I interjected, "About this guy, I really wish I could tell you right away, but I can't. He's not worthy, is he?" Ruby was infuriated, exclaiming, "You lied to me? I can't believe it. He's the reason you've been single your whole life. I'm sorry you wasted your life, but it's okay. You don't need money when you have love. I wish you all the best." After Austin retired, I claimed the $125,000 as agreed upon. Following that, Austin did not purchase the apartment, and instead, he and Ruby lived in a rented place. Ruby, realizing that she couldn't rely on the money, began working part-time, while Austin sought help at the local unemployment office. They faced financial struggles together. All of this unfolded because of Isaac's intervention. When Isaac discovered what was happening between Austin and Ruby, he took matters into his own hands and blocked their contact. Isaac admitted that he wanted to witness their downfall. While Lucy didn't necessarily want to see them suffer, she does find satisfaction in the fact that their future has strayed far from what they had imagined. Lucy never anticipated that Sleet Talk would lead her to a divorce, but she's grateful that she uncovered the truth before they could access the money. She views it as a fortunate turn of events. Putting an end to her ex-husband's deceitful actions was a satisfying outcome for her. Considering they had spent 40 years together, she may not be certain about the fate of their relationship, but she wishes Lucy the best in her future endeavors.